Hi there, it's me again. I want to talk to you how to prepare for your EA. All right, are you ready? So I think the first thing you need to do, need to go to Moodle. All right, and then you should make good use of these three sound files. They're very useful to you. All right. Um, so let me tell you what you are expected to do in your EA. So the question paper won't be available until the 23rd of April, and then the submission deadline will be the 4th of May. All right. Bear in mind all these key dates. What do you expect to do? So I've downloaded to you 12 sets of practice paper. So let me go through practice paper 1 with you, and then you have some ideas how to prepare for your EA. Before I talk about this, I want to go through this file with you first. This is the useful expressions worksheet. All right. This is a very useful worksheet for you to prepare for your EA. All right. You're given some most commonly used and useful expressions for you to use to prepare for your EA. So when you greet somebody, when you greet your audience, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter. All right. That will not affect your grading. So you should introduce yourself first. Yeah, you are not who you are. You should refer to the task sheet to introduce yourself. All right. And then don't forget that you should build up your credibility. All right. Talk about if it's given on your mark sheet, you can talk about it. If no, then just forget it. And then here is the technique for you to build the common ground. As you learn from it in your CA, you may try to build up some kind of common ground. This is one kind of presentation skills that you may make use of. Make use of any one of these whenever you find it appropriate. All right, and this is very important. Like your CA, you should always state the purpose of it. Why are you standing there? Okay, what are you going to present? You should give your audience some ideas. All right, and then it will be good for you to talk about to give an overview. I think many of you did this in your CA, which is very good. Okay, how many parts, and then what are you going to cover? This can guide your audience through in a much better way. And then should make good use of the signposting words. Still remember what a signposting words? Firstly, secondly, thirdly. This will make your audience easy to follow and will make your presentation more comprehensive and and more professional by using all these signposting words. And then don't forget to sum up. All right. If this is a task for you to say sorry, you should make use of all these words. If not a case of apologizing for a problem, so forget all this. So it all depends on the task sheet. I haven't read it yet, so you should judge whether you should make use of this. Okay. Don't forget to compliment the audience, and then you should highlight what are the key points you want to emphasize again at the ending. All right. You may like to reassure the audience. So the task sheet, these are the most commonly used or very useful expression for you to use. So you should check the task sheet first and make use of them uh, appropriately. Okay, let me put it in this way. And then let me talk about task one. All right, task one. I haven't read the task sheet yet. I believe that it will be very similar to this. So basically, let me tell you the requirement for the year. So unlike your CA, which is done, which has finished, yeah. In your last CA, you need to present the product, the promotional gift. In your EA, you don't need to present anything of your own creation. You may just refer to the task sheet. Yeah, I think as I mentioned last time, I think you're very lucky. During the face-to-face EA, you're given a time limit to read it, and then you have to present it during the time limit. When you do it at home, you're given plenty of time. So you may do it and prepare it in a better way. If any word you don't know, you should look it up in the dictionary. For any pronunciation which is not quite clear to you, you should check it before you do the recording. Okay, is that clear? So the task situation all depends on the task sheet. Okay, in this particular case, you need to talk about. I think for the most of the EA question, there is a problem. All right. So you should explain the background. How did the incident or the problem happened? What are the causes of the problem? And what are the possible solutions? And I believe that similar to this, you are expected to make one suggestion of your own. All right, this is something for you to make your own creation. I think if you have 30 students in your class, there should be 30 different suggestions. All right, so you should make your own suggestion by yourself. So let's go back to this one. So on Moodle, you are given the question paper, the task sheet, and the possible response, which is here. One thing I want to highlight. Uh, I think during the 4-minute presentation, it's a bit hard and quite tough to present all of them. Actually, and to be frank, I don't expect you to read out to prepare something like this. It's impossible for you to finish it. I think you should just focus on the key points. What are the key points? I think the first paragraph, you may make use of it. You can start from something like this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the presentation. You should greet the audience and introduce yourself. I think you can always start with something like this. And then you should state the purpose. Today, I'm going to talk to you about what's the problem. And then you should talk about the background. Yeah, you should give the introduction. You should tell people how many parts will be included in your presentation, similar to this. And then after talking about this, you should understand what you're expected to talk about. You need to express persuasion. That means you need to convince people. All right, you need to arouse people's emotion. Okay, bear this in mind. This is the tone you should use. And then convince the audience that the leak, the problem is unexpected. All right, you should make suggestion, and don't forget that this is the case for you to apologize. You need to feel sorry for the case. Okay, and you should compliment. You should thank your audience for their trust and understanding, something like this. So what is the marking criteria? Basically, listen carefully. So the marking criteria is based on all the information given on the boxes. All right, you must make use of the information given on the boxes. For here, you should pay attention to the tone. All right, what are the key points you need to bear? But for the key presentation content, you should make use of the words given here. All right, so I don't expect during the 4 minutes it's easy for you to finish up all. Okay, you should just talk about the key points. I can explain it to you briefly. Okay, you may say, let's start with the background. Last Friday, a project officer found that he lost the USB stick on the way home. Okay, you can make it by yourself. And he found that all personal data of 50 customers were lost. Okay, and the data was just uploaded to internet the next day. This is the background of the case. To understand the causes of the problem, the project officer stored the data in USB stick when he took it from work at home. All right, he wanted to take it home to work. Unfortunately, the USB stick was not password protected. Okay, as a result, the data was not protected and it could be easily accessible by strangers. All right, as an immediate action, the officer in charge contacted the online forum to get all the data removed already, and the case was reported to the police immediately, and we have called the customers affected. This is the immediate and short-term solution. And then for the long-term solution, there is a development of tracking system. We're going to make the development of the tracking system, and we are going to remove the movement of all confidential data outside office from now on. This can enhance the data protection. in a better way. And then the second one, you can make it on your own. All right. I think you can take this for reference, but you don't need to mention all the details so much. I think the marking scheme is that as long as you can make use of the words in a sensible way, you can organize the ideas, you can make it understandable in your own way, in a logical and sensible way, you can pass. All right, that's the criteria. Of course, the demonstration I show to you is to show you the minimum requirement. When you prepare for it, you can make up your own sentences with more complex sentence structure. All right. So what I demonstrated to you just now, you should show the causal relationship. You should have the signposting words. You should show people which parts you are talking about. I think that's it. And don't forget that there is an audio file here. Are you aware of it? There is an audio file on Moodle which you can follow. Let me show it to you here. Audio files. All right. You may listen to it and you learn from it. Okay. You learn from it. There are 12 examples given to you. So I highly recommend that you take your time to take a look at it, listen to the audio track file, and then you should learn from it and you should make use of the useful expressions. Okay, I think briefly that's about your EA. So next week we'll meet again. I will tell you. Let's do some more practices, and I will show you some more useful handouts, or I'm preparing some more materials for you to prepare for your EA. So I will see